Alright guys, welcome to Blake's Garage. So today we're with Tyler here in his 2016 Ford Fiesta.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to do a quick overview of this car, kind of do just a quick drive around. This is actually the first time I've driven his car. I have driven one of these at the dealership one time, so we'll kind of get going. So we'll take a couple freeway off ramps, do a little bit of cruising around, and kind of go over the car and see how it feels. So initially, the clutch grab's really low, real nice and smooth for just your initial takeoff. Now this car, like I said, it's a 2016, so it's pretty much brand new. I think you got it, what, a couple, like
last Saturday?
Last Saturday? Okay, cool.
It's a week and 3 days old.
Right on. So this car has the electronic steering. It's not a hydraulic steering like some of the older style vehicles. Already I can kind of feel it here in the parking lot that it's just a little bit, I don't know, a little bit numb so far, but when we kind of take it on some corners, we'll kind of see how that loads up and how it feels. I've heard that it feels actually pretty good, but it's definitely one of the smaller vehicles that are out right now. But I think for the price, what, they're about $22,000 out the door.
Yeah,
this is a pretty fun little zippy little car, right?
Oh, we can put it in sport mode.
Oh, okay. Sport mode there.
So all that really does is the throttle response is a little bit more peppy, and
yeah, we're gonna take you guys to the loops real quick, so we'll get a quick understanding of how the car handles in the corner. Let's kind of put it through some G-load tests and have some fun real quick.
First time I watched one of your videos, I saw you taking the loop.
Oh,
and I was like, oh wait, that's like right by my house. That's crazy.
You know where that is.
Yeah, I never thought to do that, but I
yeah.
also never had a fun car. So
it's a fun little spot. I like to cruise around at. So it sounds really cool. It's got the good little like, it's got the good little exhaust note going on it. So the shifts feel a bit long to me, like as far as the throws go on the shifter. So I feel like a short throw shifter would not be a bad item to put into a car. I think it would make the experience a little bit funner. But yeah, turn-in's like really good on this thing so far. Feels really nice.
taking a sweet time.
Yeah, the Corolla's going for it. Yeah, so it pulls really good. Gets a bit of torque steer actually when you're on it, so that's kind of fun. If you lift off, it'll rotate just a tad.
So I've yet to do that.
With the throttle, yeah, if you're in it and just kind of lift, it'll kind of do that. But yeah, it feels really nice. So I would say I would like to see the pedals a little bit closer together, but I guess it's something that you would get used to as far as heel toe goes. Like I said, these are the first like 3 corners that I've kind of taken. So, and you probably got to give it a bit more throttle than I realized to actually rev match it, in my car at least.
Yeah.
My car, I drive a 2014 Subaru WRX, and when I blip the throttle about the same, it's at the right point. But this one, it seems like you have to stab the throttle down just a tad bit more than I'm used to. So, yeah, that's working well. Yeah, that's fun.
It's more fun when you drive.
Yeah, and the steering feels like it loads up pretty well. So here's a good little spot. So we'll come in. Yeah. No, it feels really good. It's got good grip for these 205 17 tires. And it's pretty fun. Not hearing a lot of feedback from the tires yet, so that's good. It just means that it's gripping really well. It could probably get pushed a little bit harder, but this is a new car, so we won't push it too awful hard. Keep the tires going still. So yeah, overall that feels pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that's
that makes me want to learn to drive better.
Yeah, that's so heel toe. I would say my car I don't know if this makes sense, guys, but in my car I can kind of use the toe, like my pinky toe, kind of to blip the throttle. Whereas this car, you do have to rotate your foot a little bit farther down to blip the throttle, if that makes sense.
I've read some people get a little spacer piece that raises the gas pedal up a little bit to make it even with the brake. I
could see that being a good thing to do, like in my opinion, because I feel like yeah, it's a little off to where you got to stab down a lot farther than I would think. But yeah, it's fun. Zippy little thing. I think you'd have a ton of fun if you took this out to like autocross or something.
I want to. Yeah. I have to convince the fiance that that's
she would like it, I think. I've taken my wife quite a few times and they dig it, you know. Worst thing you're gonna do is like hit a cone or something like that. So
yeah, that's what sounds fun about it to me, is not worrying about getting in trouble and not worrying about wrecking anything.
Yeah, any sort of obstacles. Yeah, this thing grips like really well. I'm actually like really surprised at how well it takes the corners. Like it takes them really good. And I like the overall feedback in the car. I can feel the stability control kicking in a little bit in the back because it kind of wants to rotate a bit, but...
You want to try to turn it all the way off?
You can, if you want. I don't know. Hold it.
Can I do it?
No idea.
Oh,
Ah, there
there we go.
we go. So let's try it with the stability control off. See what happens. See if it's a little bit more rotatey. Try it right here. Here's a good spot. Kind of lift off a bit. Yeah, we can feel it kind of rotate around a bit better. So that makes it fun. Oh, yeah, there you go. You get a little bit of lift off oversteer, which is pretty cool. And you can push it quite a bit harder. Man, it still grips really, really well. I'm really impressed by it. So overall, that's kind of our handling technique right there. We'll just kind of take it around the loops real quick and see that we like how it handles. So I'm getting more used to how much throttle you have to put in to give it the rev match blips. It's definitely, like I said, you got to stab it down pretty far to get it to blip. How do you like the space in the car so far?
So far it's good, but that being said, it's just me and I have a fiance. So for the two of us, it's more than enough. If you had people in the back seat, I sat behind myself when I bought the car.
Yeah.
And that was okay. Yeah. Like I would be good for like 45 minutes.
Like I could see we're kind of like leaned back a little bit.
Yeah, we could be nice.
Like we could be like more proper, like up. But yeah, if you're back there, you have leg space for a smaller person, I would say. It's definitely it's got 3 seats back there. I don't know how comfortable the third passenger would be at all.
No.
I think they would be pretty cramped.
They wouldn't fit.
So they'd be kind of pissed. But if you're like going out somewhere and you have to, you could fit 5 in here.
Yeah,
for sure.
But it was crazy. Like I knew this was a small car and I've seen them around, but when I actually went to the lot and like saw how tiny it was, because it was next to like some 5.0s and, and like those things just look like boats.
Oh dude, they're so wide.
Yeah.
It's like almost like, it's probably 1.5 times as wide as this car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean the tires are too.
Yeah, 245s or 255s or whatever they got. Yeah, and I'm really impressed by these tires. Like from them being like so small. Like it's a summer tire, it looked like. I don't remember what the exact tires were.
Bridgestone Potenzas.
Okay, Potenzas. Oh, alright.
Hello.
I guess that works.
That was a
it's not really a lane, but you know. Make it happen, just pass like a motorcycle, why not?
When you're driving like an 80s minivan, who cares?
Yeah. 1991 Nissan Quest. For the win. So we'll get a little pull going on here, guys. So we're in 3rd gear. Yeah. That feels really nice. I mean, it pulls all the way up through the revs. And I mean, definitely a good little car. I think 0 to 60 is what, 6.4 seconds?
It might be 6.7.
6.7?
Yeah,
okay. I can't remember what it was, but it was right around there, you know, below 7 not below 6. I'm sure if you put an access port on this car or tune this car, you would definitely have a lot of horsepower gains. If you guys haven't checked those out, Cobb makes the access port for this. You can do stage 1 tune, which is basically just flashing the ECU. You can do stage 1 plus, which is probably like an intake. And then you have like a stage 2, right, where you could probably do the downpipes. And
stage 1 is an air filter.
Okay.
And then the tune, and then a rear motor mount. Like if you go hard
the rear motor
from
mount, that makes sense.
Yeah, because if you go hard from even with this, if you go hard from first to second, you feel that like.
Yeah, you can feel the torque steer too. Like when you're taking off, you kind of feel it burr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to shift before you come back, sometimes you can kind of feel it a little bit.
You can kind of feel it like.
Yeah, in one hand it will move a little bit more.
Yeah. But overall, the chassis on this thing feels super stiff. Like it didn't feel wobbly at all. I mean, like I can see obviously you can do upgrades to the car, but for stock form, like it's really good. Like it's peppy. Like it's a fun ass car to drive. Like, yeah, that's what's cool. So overall, right now we are on a really smooth paved, freshly paved road right now. Road noise it's minimal. I'm not gonna say that it has the least amount of road noise. Like it doesn't feel like I'm riding in a Mercedes or a BMW or anything like that, but the road noise is definitely better than my Subaru. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah, I keep missing like the my little blips. So I actually I like to blip it like this on the throttle here usually. So
inside your foot.
Yeah, so I would like a little bit of a pedal extension on the accelerator would be really nice.
I think it's like $40.
Yeah, I think it would help out a lot. That's not like a necessity, but I think it would make the driving experience a little bit funner.
The pedal feel, or do you think it would just be higher up?
I think it'll change the pedal feel. It'll make it easier to blip the throttle, like for heel toe. It would make it easier to hit the throttle. Because right now you have to rotate your foot a lot to hit both. I'm kind of doing it. It's kind of annoying, but yeah. Like I really like the way Subarus are spaced out on their pedals. And I think this is because it's a Japanese car, possibly smaller feet or something. I don't really know, but they always seem to have like tighter grouping on the pedals on the Japanese cars. And American cars, they kind of tend to space the pedals out quite a bit sometimes. It's kind of weird. I don't know why. So we'll get on it again, second gear. You get a little bit of that torque steer. You can really hear the intake. I mean, it sounds really good for a stock car, like not having like a cold air intake or anything like that. I mean, it's got that intake, induction noise. It sounds really cool. So
yeah, if you open the windows,
it sounds even better.
It sounds even better. It might be going a little faster.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it does sound cool. Sounds nice. And we got to remember that right now we're getting probably, I don't know, 22 miles to the gallon, maybe mashing on it. Who knows?
I've been driving it as hard as I can, anyways, and I'm getting like 25.
25. That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Free highway, like if you throw it into 6 and like just going 70 barely on the throttle, it's about 40.
Right.
But I don't really drive it.
Right. What's really cool about this car is it actually gets 26 in the city, 33 on the highway, and combined the fuel economy is 29 miles to the gallon. And it sounds like if you drive it, pretty aggressively, you can actually, you're right around the 25, 26 mile to the gallon range, which is really not bad for zipping around and have a lot of fun. Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, overall, like we're on a fairly bumpy road right now. It's not like potholes or anything, but it's definitely uneven, and the ride quality of the car feels really nice. Feels really glued to the road and responsive. The electronic steering, it definitely like puts you back to center kind of interestingly. It might just be the torque vectoring that I'm feeling just a tad at higher speeds on a turn. Let's just kind of feel how that feels. Yeah, I can kind of feel it, giving me some kind of fake feedback in the wheel, but overall it feels good. It kind of loads the wheel up and makes it have that sporty feeling, like you're connected to the road and like you know what the tires are doing. So I do like that.
It was funny. I was debating like whether or not I was looking at a FRS or a BRZ also.
Yeah.
And I was worried about like the front wheel drive until I drove, and then I was like, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the front wheel drive car goes, like this is where it's at. Like the Ford Focus or this Ford Fiesta is like pretty much the only two front wheel drive cars that I would go with.
Have you driven a Focus?
I have, yeah. I've driven one of the Focus STs, and I did like it. It was bigger,
yeah,
but you know, it felt really good too. A little bit more power, but I still feel like this one's the funner car overall, like more so than that one. I can't wait to drive the RS. I have a buddy that's going to be yeah, he's ordered an RS, so we're going to be doing a review on that after it first comes out, and it'll be tricked out here shortly after, so that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, overall, I'm really liking the car, man. So thanks a lot for letting me drive it, and appreciate you thinking of me, saying, hey, want to review my car? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. Let's try it. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you like the review. We'll talk to you later. Later, guys, and wrench on. Pretty awesome. These are only $80 a piece, guys, so check out that link below. If it says that they're out of stock, they restock like in a matter of a week.